an instant, a powerful burst of energy from the sun could change life on Earth as we know it, and we would have only hours to prepare.
It sounds like a science fiction novel or a movie, but it's real science. And Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson's live in Severe Weather Center 3 to break it down for us in his special report, Sun Shock. Keith.
Well, nearly 160 years ago, our planet was slammed by a burst of solar energy so strong that it caused telegraph wires to glow, and it created northern lights as far south as Cuba. The solar blast didn't create many problems then because we weren't dependent on things like electricity and satellite communication. Now, if a blast like that happened today, the results could be catastrophic. Imagine, in an instant, your debit or credit card is worthless. You can't access your money. You can't use it to buy gas or groceries. Your cell phone, useless. All communication lines are down. There is no 911. Even the police can't communicate. The electrical power grid, fried. No electricity. And it may be weeks or even months before it's restored. What could cause such a disaster? An X-class flare, a burst of energy from the sun equivalent to 1 billion megatons of TNT, sending energized particles hurtling at our planet at a speed of 3.5 million miles an hour, destroying satellites and blowing out electrical transformers, killing all circuits. A 2008 report by the National Academy of Sciences says a major solar storm will hit our planet with catastrophic consequences. Up to 130 million people without power in the U.S., costing our economy up to $2 trillion a year, and it may take up to 10 years to fully recover.
It's not a bunch of hooey.
Dr. Horace Smith, Professor Emeritus at Michigan State University's Department of Physics and Astronomy, says the threat of an X-class flare taking dead aim on our planet is real, but no one knows when it might happen.
It's hard to predict. The odds go up when the solar activity as a whole goes higher in its 11-year cycle, and down when we get to the minimum. But exactly any place in that cycle, there could be a strong event that just happens to hit you.
If we get a blast of that magnitude, our way of life will change drastically. At the Calhoun County Sheriff's Department, Emergency Management Director Dirk Dunham is aware of the threat and says the worst-case scenarios are difficult to think about.
It probably would be chaos. And I don't think it's one of those things that's really popular to talk about because of the ramifications are really as wild as your imagination could be.
In the worst-case scenario, with power outages for a long time, satellites destroyed, are really awful to listen to. So I don't know that we expect one of those to happen right away, but because the effects are possibly so strong, we better think about it and make some preparations.
Well, is there anything that can be done to protect us from a solar blast, an X-class flare? Well, the answer is yes, but many experts say we're not doing nearly enough. And that's why the threat is so scary. Tomorrow, News Channel 3 at 5, I'll tell you what you can do to prepare your family from a sun shock and what some say the government should be doing, but may not be doing very well.